Hello everybody, it's Lachlan from Azesta. Now last week we spoke about team development and 5 key tenets that you can employ to increase your team's effectiveness and efficiency. This week we thought we'd focus more on the individual, more specifically with time management. Now here at Azesta we have a model that we reference called the Eisenhower Matrix, which is a model consistent of a 4-box grid system. Those boxes being do, decide, delegate and delete. Now let's jump into the breakdown. Section 1 is the do section. Now these are the tasks that must be done imminently. You can categorise all of the tasks that must be done imminently in this section. Now that may be down to an upcoming deadline, somebody may have asked you to get this task done by the end of the day, or you may have decided of your own independent will that this task would be better done today. These tasks can have a knock-on effect, making everything easier in the upcoming days or weeks or even months. But the point is, they must be done now. Section 2 is the decide section. Now this section is meant specifically for tasks that are relatively imminent but don't need to be done today. Now I like to box off the tasks in this section that I could get done at the end of the day if I clear everything on my do section, or simply I can move to the do section tomorrow morning. Either way, they're tasks that are not necessarily imminent and must be done today, but they should be done in the immediate future. Section 3 is our delegate section. Now this is meant for tasks that you may not necessarily have time, even in the immediate or even far-flung future, to achieve. Maybe it's a task that needs to be done as part of a project, but you can't see yourself getting done by the deadline. Now it's no shame in asking for assistance on these tasks, and this is why we employ delegation. So if you have one of these tasks that you won't get time for, but you need to have done by a deadline, you can ask one of your associates for assistance, or possibly delegate it to one of your team members. That way you can assure that the task will get done by the deadline without you having to necessarily allocate any of your time to the task. Now section 4 is the delete section. We can cover this relatively quickly as it pertains to tasks that don't inherently hold any value to the company, your team or yourself. They're simply known as, if you want to put it crassly, busy work. These tasks serve no indicative purpose, they bring no indicative value. So simply drop them. They're a waste of time. They're something that you can get off your radar and feel no consequence. Just be careful to make sure that they are tasks that have no knock-on effect. Make sure that you have analysed the task inside and out to make sure that there are no consequences for dropping this work, as sometimes we may see a task as holding no inherent value. However, it may have a larger knock-on effect that causes a big problem within your team or the wider organisation. So feel free to delete some tasks, but just be careful about the ones that you do. So that's the Eisenhower model. A relatively quick and simple model, but something that has held inherent value for our organisation and our teams. It's helped us to prioritise our time, our tasks, and quite simply pointed out to us where to drop some of them. Some of those tasks that really aren't that important have just disappeared into the ether, and no consequences have been felt. What do you think? Could you use this model in your professional life? Would it bring some inherent value to your teams? Let us know in the comments below, and of course if you'd like to see more of this kind of content, or indeed learn something else from Azesta, why not sign up to our newsletter at www.azesta.co.uk. Thank you very much, and have a lovely rest of your week.